And welcome back. So today we are looking at places you should never search on Google Earth. This could be interesting. Let's get into it.
Google Earth allows you to explore the entire world, but there are some places you should never search. Welcome back, Charlie here. You're about to see some of the most scary
Hello, Charlie.
and mysterious places on Google Earth.
Okay.
But I have to warn you, many of these places have incredibly dark backstories. First, let's head over to Norman's Cay in the Bahamas. There is something very mysterious hiding in these waters. Can't see it? What about now?
Is that
As
plane?
you can see, there is a plane in the water. You may wonder what happened to this crashed plane, and why has it never been recovered? Well, this plane was actually owned by one of the most evil men to ever live. I am talking about Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar is the most famous drug lord and narco-terrorist of all time. He was the founder and sole leader of
Yeah, and another one of those people that everyone now seems to have some kind of weird thing for because Netflix did a goddamn documentary on him. You can actually find, there's a picture of Pablo Escobar, I think, on the other game that I sometimes play on the channel, where you find the time, the date and the place. And it's Pablo Escobar outside of the White House, because he just didn't fucking care.
the Medellin cartel of Colombia, and he is responsible for taking over 4,000 lives. But how did his plane end up here? Well, Pablo Escobar had many planes going from the USA to Colombia. On the way, the planes would use Norman's Cay as a refueling point. But
so it's
this
his plane.
did not make it to Norman's Cay before it could refuel. The crew dumped all of their illegal cargo into the sea. This was so
I'm
the
amazed they
plane would
dumped
run
it.
on less fuel. But this wasn't enough, and the plane still crashed into the sea, taking the life of the pilot and co-pilot. Everyone was way too scared to touch this plane, and even the local government
dead
did
now,
not
though.
want to go near it because of how feared Pablo Escobar
He's
was.
gone.
So that's why to this day Pablo's plane remains here, rotting.
He's dead now, right? Am I being silly? He's gone. That's it. When you move it now? I don't suppose you need to. Maybe it's, it looks like it's some kind of space for fish and stuff. Is it actually down to the fact that people are scared? Because if he's dumped all of the cargo, actually maybe you never need to see the plane anyway. I feel like that's been added by the people here.
And dissolving underwater. Now let's take a trip to Florida, USA. Take a look at this neighborhood. It looks pretty normal, right? Well, that's what everyone thought for 20 years. Until one man who was browsing Google Earth noticed something strange. If you zoom in, you can make out a shape in this lake. And this shape is actually a car. The car belonged to a man named William Mould.
Straight off, anyone do a background check on the guy that did the just checking out Google Maps? Because who the fuck just randomly zooms in? You didn't just see it, especially if you're checking it on your phone. I mean, maybe it wasn't, but like you just randomly zoom into that one street. Unless he literally lives opposite where that car is, there's no way he should have just zoomed in like that. Yes.
When he was 40, he went for a drive one night and never returned home. It was a mystery because him and his car were never found. His family lost hope, but they never forgot about William. But after 20 years, someone noticed the car on Google Maps. The Google Earth user contacted authorities, and they pulled the car out of the lake. Inside, they found a body, and it was later confirmed to be William. Found 22 years after he went missing.
But like, was that
It's believed William accidentally drove off the road and into this lake.
How did no one notice?
Sad that he passed away. But
how did
his
you
family
possibly
were
not?
grateful
No. How can you possibly not notice? He just randomly. He would have put the brakes on, which means there'd be skid marks. Someone in the morning would have noticed that. The very next day, someone would have gone, well, fuck this. I mean, okay, it probably didn't look like that. Probably wasn't some kind of little cul-de-sac. But surely somebody notices at least skid marks somewhere. I'm presuming it was relatively built up. unless it was completely deserted 20 years ago, which I doubt in LA.
Finally have an answer as to what's happened to him after all these years.
Seems a bit dodgy.
Now they can finally have closure. And
Is that
know
closure?
William did not run away and abandon them.
I don't know,
Moving on,
that's
let's
more
take
questions
a look
for
at
me.
this scary discovery made in Antarctica. In 2020, a Google Earth user spotted something strange in Antarctica. As you can see, it appears there is a body that's been left in the snow. There are many research stations.
That's way too big to be a body, and that's similar to the face on Mars. That's just random bits of wood or rock or... No. The other two, okay, there was something there, but this... No.
Scientists may have ventured out and
too
got
big!
lost in the snow. It's a very creepy and mysterious find.
That's too big.
That's because
That's not
this place
creepy
is so
at
remote, no one is able to go out here and check.
That's
Maybe
not
at some
creepy.
point in the future we will have more answers about this mysterious
There's that
figure.
condition where
but
you
for
can...
now, who this figure is remains a Google
there's a condition
Earth
where
mystery.
you just
but
see
I think
stuff.
an even more
'cause it's a pattern.
mysterious place on Google Earth is found in Arugwa Island.
Ooh.
Arugwa Island is a tiny island in Tanzania.
Gotta say, that's
If
a
you
really
go
cool
here on
name.
Google Earth, there isn't much to see, but there is a photosphere. If you click on this, you see something incredibly scary. There appears to be a dark and dingy room. All over the walls, there are...
That's like publisher or word. That's been added. That's not real.
red splatters. And written on the door, it says, you trusted
the wrong guy.
It also says, you're too late, turn back now.
Right, so that's clearly not fucking... What? Someone's just fucked about with it. That's like a... That could literally be one of the people from Google just fucking around.
And there also appears to be a figure holding some kind of weapon.
Yeah, a figure. That figure looks like a dodgy fucking...
Real.
Like,
but clearly
what?
things have been added. For example,
Yes,
the man
that.
appears to be computer generated.
Appears to be computer... Okay, two things. One, I don't even think he's computer generated. That just looks like someone's gone on a piece of paper and then just scanned it in. Come on, bro.
And some of the graphics
It's creepy,
also
granted.
look
It's a
fake.
bit creepy.
But
Why
either
would you
way,
do
this
that? But what the
location raises
fuck?
many questions. Where is this actual room? Who created this image? And why did they put it on Arugwa Island?
Okay, fuck it. Let's
It's
go to
safe say
Arugwa Island.
This place is incredibly creepy and mysterious.
No, it's not. It's not safe to say that whatsoever. It's safe to say whoever decided to randomly pick a location and add some crappy computer generation has a strange mind and wanted to make it look creepy, but nothing about the actual Arugwa Island and that place is potentially creepy whatsoever. Come on, I wanted real places that you should never search on. I'd happily search. I'd go to Arugwa Island. Jesus Christ.
Some have even compared it to the Backrooms.
No, because the
But
Backrooms,
right now,
the game The Backrooms looks more bloody real than that does.
this find remains a Google Earth mystery. Now let's move
That's
on
a
to a
bored
scary
Google employee.
Google Earth location which is not mysterious at all. In fact, we almost know too much about this place.
Where's
If
that?
you go to this neighborhood on Google Maps, it looks pretty normal. And when you enter Street View mode, you simply see nice houses on a sunny day. Except for this place. You may wonder why one house on this
Yeah, okay, that's a
street
little
is
creepy.
blurred out.
That's
Why
creepy.
would Google Maps censor this house? Well, this house was one of the worst crime scenes in America. The house is 2207 Seymour Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio. It belonged to a man named Ariel Castro. He is one of the most evil criminals to ever live. He kidnapped and imprisoned 3 women
Jesus.
at his house. He kept them captive in the basement for over 10 years. But eventually one of these women escaped
hell.
and they were freed. Of course, after Ariel was arrested and imprisoned, the house was abandoned. But because the house is so creepy, many people began breaking in. They had a morbid curiosity about how the inside of this evil house looked. So that's why Google Maps decided to blur out the
That's fair.
house. They
That's-
hoped
that is
by
genuinely
censoring this
creepy.
house,
Okay, that's
less people
genuinely
would go here
creepy.
and break in. I'm not sure why anyone would want to go to this terrifying house. And I can see why Google Maps chose to censor this house. Now
fair.
let's head over to the island of Fiji. Do you notice anything strange off the coast of this tropical island? If not, then how about now? As you can see, a plane has crashed off the coast of this island.
Oil
has leaked out of the plane into the sea. And this bright light is the plane reflecting in the water. It's scary to think who could have been on this plane. I did some research, but it seems the reason this plane crashed is unknown. Now let's look at a very mysterious place.
Okay, that was weird. That was weird because I thought that'd just been added, but it genuinely you zoomed in. Okay, that's weird.
This location is found off the coast of the Bahamas. You may be wondering what these mysterious squares are in the water, but here's where things get even more weird. You can actually go into Street View underwater. Many believed that this was some kind of lost city found underwater. And there were even some people online speculating this may be the lost city of Atlantis.
Oh, fucking
But I have an explanation for this mystery. It turns out these mysterious underwater structures are actually a coral nursery. Fragments of coral are placed on metal coral trim.
I love it when people just randomly talk shit online like that. All these things, and it's literally the first thing I said it was. They're growing coral.
They then grow large and healthy enough to become coral reefs. This is a project being done by people.
They do the same with old cars. Like Top Gear fucking did that.
Various other coral nurseries have been found on Google Earth.
Yeah.
And many people wrongly believe they're Atlantis.
Of course they do. It's the internet.
City. Atlantis may be real, but it certainly is not here. Now, going back on land, let's look at this very small town in the Czech Republic. This place looks like a ghost town. But what if I told you it literally is? If you enter Google Street View
mode, what the fuck is that?
You can see it's filled with ghosts.
Don't blink. I know some of you know what I'm talking about.
The church is called Costel Savejo Giri, and all around the abandoned church are statues of ghosts.
What the fuck?
Some believe these statues may have been grave markers, but it's very eerie how they appear to
Who decided to put them all in there, though?
Real people. Of course,
okay, that is fucking weird.
It was created in 1352 and is no longer used today.
I'm more creeped out by the guy that put them in there.
Moving on, let's look at this.
Whatever human decided that was a good idea? That's the motherfucker that creeps me out.
Very scary sight in Antarctica. In the Antarctic Ocean, there is a very mysterious dark blob. But if you zoom into this blob, you see what appears to be a kraken. Krakens are said to be gigantic octopuses.
Cool. I'd like that.
And
it's probably just a gigantic squid or something.
At right now. The creature does appear to be an octopus, and it's clearly massive in size.
Yeah, well, we know they're huge.
It also seems to have a big white eye, and is making humongous waves in the water. This area of the ocean is very unexplored, and researchers say we don't really know what lives in the Antarctica waters. So perhaps krakens or something similar are a real phenomenon here.
Yeah.
Also in Antarctic waters,
we've got big ones
appears to be a real megalodon shark. At least that's what many people are calling it.
Of course they do.
Located in this dark patch of water seems to be a massive ocean creature.
Can we just put this one out there? The largest creature to ever exist currently lives. It's the blue whale. Actually, sorry, the tape. I think a tapeworm is actually bigger, can be bigger, but the largest seabound is the blue whale. Bigger than any megalodon has ever been. Way bigger than any shark, any prehistoric shark. This idea of the megalodon being, it was huge. Yeah, but it was still smaller than modern day fucking... So if you found something massive, it's far more likely to be a blue whale than it is a bloody megalodon. Jesus. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want Jason Statham to be in employment as much as the next person, but fuck me.
Some have said this could be a whale or shark, but others say it's far too big to be any kind of modern creature.
Far too big to be as big as the biggest thing that's ever fucking lived. Blue whale is the biggest creature. Bigger than a megalodon. So that statement makes no goddamn sense. Blue whale is bigger. It is bigger than any recorded megalodon, any recorded fucking dinosaur. Just Jesus.
And that's why some speculate this could be a real-life megalodon still
Doesn't
alive
make any
today.
sense. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Let's head over to Houston, Texas
Jesus,
to
that
see
one annoys
one
me.
more very scary Google Earth mystery. This
What we
looks
got?
like a very ordinary cul-de-sac.
A couple of people got some money for pools there, but they got the visitors.
Until you enter Google Street View mode. Then if you approach the house at the end of this road, you see a very ominous dark figure on this unbuilt house. There are many theories as to who this could be.
Builder?
Strange
Architect?
dark figures have been reported all over Texas before, and
Yeah, they
many
drink
say
a lot
that
there. What
Google
can we
Maps
say?
caught a Mothman-like creature on
just-
camera here.
it's the
But right now,
architect.
this remains a total mystery, and we don't really know what this is.
It's not in motion.
But
He's
now
just
it's time
stopped.
for you to make your voice heard.
Right. I got a little bit frustrated there. Anyone, feel free to go and check. The blue whale is bigger than any megalodon that's ever existed. It's bigger than any dinosaur, I believe, as well. Let me know in the comments below if there's any out there that you should really not search for. Is there a better video than this one? There's a couple of those that were creepy as hell. Again, the don't blink. That one, again, the person that put them there is creepier than they are. A couple of them creepy there. A couple of them just kind of stupid, really. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. See you again next time.